Sometimes it's in the smallest moments, a quiet act of compassion, a simple question, a stranger's kindness, where life's most powerful stories unfold. What you're about to hear isn't just a story. It's a reminder of the humanity we all carry inside us. If you believe in second chances, if you still believe kindness can change the world, then like this video, subscribe to Gentle Grove, and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. And don't forget to comment your thoughts. We read every one. He walked into the store in a quiet neighborhood in Atlanta like any other customer, dressed in faded jeans, a plain cap pulled low over his tired eyes, and a hoodie that made him blend into the crowd. No one would have guessed that the man scanning the aisles wasn't just shopping for toothpaste or cereal. He owned the entire chain. Yet today, Marcus Vance wasn't stepping in as a CEO. He wasn't interested in balance sheets or profit margins. He was there undercover, desperate to reconnect with the soul of the company he had built from scratch. A company he feared had lost its heart. But what he didn't expect was the young woman at Register 4. Eyes swollen, shoulders trembling, holding back tears as she scanned a customer's groceries with robotic motions. He paused, watched. Something inside him stirred. And in that single moment, everything changed. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and standing up for what's right, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Gentle Grove. Leave a comment to remind someone they're not alone. Her name was Jasmine, barely in her 20s. Her blue vest was clean but faded at the edges, and her name tag had a small crack running through it like her spirit. Marcus observed her from afar, standing in line, pretending to be just another shopper. But his eyes never left her face. He could tell she was trying to hold herself together. She kept apologizing when her hands trembled while handling money, kept glancing toward the manager's office with a flicker of fear in her eyes. That's when he noticed it. A man in a white shirt with a clipboard barking orders at another employee, oblivious to how loudly he was speaking. The man, Mr. Henderson, according to his badge, seemed more concerned about shelf arrangements than the people behind them. Marcus clenched his jaw. Over the next 30 minutes, Marcus roamed the store, pretending to shop, keeping Jasmine within his line of sight. He noticed every detail. How she always smiled at elderly customers, even when they snapped at her. How she slipped a candy bar into a crying toddler's bag and paid for it from her own pocket. How she flinched every time the manager walked by. It was clear something was deeply wrong here, and he wasn't leaving until he figured out what it was. Later that evening, after most customers had gone, Marcus returned in his official capacity, asking to see the manager. Mr. Henderson, still sharp-tongued and arrogant, greeted him with visible confusion. It didn't take long before the truth began unraveling. Employees had been working unpaid overtime. Breaks were denied. Jasmine, he learned, was taking extra shifts, not because she wanted to, but because she was being threatened with termination if she didn't. Her mother was battling cancer, and the bills were piling up. She couldn't afford to lose her job. The tears Marcus saw earlier weren't from a single bad day. They were the residue of months of emotional abuse and silent suffering. When he asked Mr. Henderson about the treatment of employees, the man scoffed. They're replaceable. You want efficiency, you need pressure. That sentence sealed Mr. Henderson's fate. But what came next broke Marcus' heart entirely. Jasmine had just clocked out when Marcus stopped her at the front door. She looked startled. Her eyes, red from crying, widened in panic. She apologized instinctively like someone used to being blamed, but he stopped her with a gentle hand on her shoulder. What she didn't know was that while she had been helping customers all day, Marcus had been digging into her file quietly, respectfully, and had discovered something else. Jasmine had once been a brilliant student. Her college transcripts were impressive, filled with dreams of becoming a nurse. But her studies had stopped abruptly 2 years ago. The reason? Her father died unexpectedly, and she became the sole caregiver to her younger siblings and sick mother. Life had stolen her dreams, one hardship at a time. Marcus had heard enough. That night, he made 2 decisions. First, he fired Mr. Henderson on the spot. The second was more personal. He arranged for Jasmine's mother to receive full medical support through the company's healthcare partnerships. And then, without telling her right away, he covered the remaining tuition fees for Jasmine to finish nursing school. But even as things began to turn around for Jasmine, Marcus couldn't ignore the bigger picture. If this had happened in one store, how many others were suffering in silence? He launched a complete internal audit across all locations, implemented anonymous employee reporting systems, and mandated mental health support for every store worker. His undercover visit had opened his eyes, and it would change the company forever. A month later, Jasmine stood on a small stage at the company's annual conference, invited by Marcus himself. She wore a simple white blouse and stood with nerves in her hands, but her voice carried strength. She told her story, not for pity, but to inspire. She spoke of dignity, hardship, and kindness. And when she finished, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. Marcus watched from the side, his heart full. He hadn't just found a cashier crying that day. He had found the broken soul of a company and the fierce, brave woman who helped him mend it. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking the video, subscribing to Gentle Grove, and sharing this with someone who needs a reminder that kindness can change lives. Comment below. What would you do if you saw someone silently struggling? Share your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And your story might inspire someone else who's silently holding on.